Mayday! How you doing? Bobby Dirkens here. Thank you so much for joining me for my reaction to the Clemson-Duke football game. Now, as we all know, Clemson won the game 35-6. I mean, look, Duke is not bad like they used to be. But they're not a powerhouse. But with all respect, tons of respect to David Cutcliffe. But we have to, may there Ashton Owens, may there to all of you. Let's all be on Tiger Nation. Man, good to see you. Matt Boost, 81 Clemson. Aaron, may there to you. We've been together for 2 years, y'all. I've been around for 2 years now. Hey, Jack Ricker. Good to see you. May there. May there, Isaiah Newman. Telling you, 2 years. It's been 2 years since I've been doing my videos. Happy birthday to Bobby. Happy birthday to Bobby. Happy birthday to Bobby. Thanks, Tiger Nation. Happy birthday to me. Bobby Dirkens, may there. Isaiah Newman, happy birthday to you on Monday. Let's be honest with ourselves. The last time we saw this many drop balls by anybody, it was a bunch of adolescent boys. Boy, they dropped their balls up they could. AAP Tiger, may there to you. Marty McCoy, may there. TJ Lee, may there. Happy birthday, Bobby Dirkens. Actually, I can't remember exactly when my first video was, but it has been 2 years in November. November 2016, I turned on this camera. I put on my Bud Light hat because that's my favorite beer, and that's my initials, Bobby Ulysses Dirkens. And I come on here and started talking. And y'all kept showing up. And you know, as I always end up saying, you keep showing up, and as long as I'm not incarcerated, I'll keep showing out. May there. You're right, Aaron. Clemson dropped more balls than a bunch of preteen boys. That's a lot of balls. Mayor Austin. Clemson still wins. 35-6. And they left a bunch of points on the field. I just had a very interesting question. Bobby, where's that song that you've been talking about? Where's that song you've been talking about? Well, first of all, there's 5 of them. I'm serious. There's 5 of them. And I have a buddy right now. I sent all over to my good friend Mike Corner. Mike Corner. A good friend of mine, very talented musician. This guy has recorded a ton of people. Videoed, clothed and unclothed. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I ain't going to say that. He might do it. I don't know. Hey! Anyway, he is mixing and mastering this sucker as we speak. And this week, when I do my preview for the Clemson, South Carolina game, I will begin to play those songs. And all I'm going to tell you is I am happy. I am happy. I'm going to be able to sing these songs to the world. And I will guarantee you this. I will not be allowed to drive through Columbia after this. But we all know that the best thing coming out of Columbia is 26 West heading back towards Greenville. Ha ha! May there, hey Charles Elliott, there you are. May there to you. And I want to send a special may there to you. And then I'm going to dive in. Y'all know I got to dive in. May there, Amanda Elliott. May there. I am a new fan. Love my Tigers. Thank you for joining me, Amanda. Thank you. Always an honor. Kill the dirt peckers ready to rip their feathers out. We're ready. Okay. All right. What was I going to tell you? Whew, getting a swimmy head. Ernie Baker, may there. I tell you what's up. I am. After about 9 Bud Lights, and after I'd win last night. Okay, so let's jump right into the game. Clemson wins 35-6, and let's be honest with ourselves, Duke jumped out to a 6-0 lead. Very much, I said that their quarterback is a really solid quarterback. Guy can play ball. This is not the sucky Duke team that we're all accustomed to. David Cutcliffe is a legend. And another thing, too, this guy's had to go up there, and he's had to coach with those bunch of guys. I'm just telling you, Charles Elliott says, that's my wife. Thank you, Charles, for sharing the good news. My wife thinks I'm a babbling idiot. But what does she know? Bobby Dirkens Jr. was crying like he was possessed by Satan. I'm trying to entertain the masses. Leave Daddy alone. Go bother Mama. May there, Lee Griffith. Good to see you. Okay, so I'll jump back into it. The truth is, right? Duke played really well. Clemson had mistakes. Clemson played flat, dropping balls left and right. The last time I saw this lack of productivity is when I saw my cousin, who's kind of whacked out upstairs, try to work on my lawnmower. And he was cutting the yard, and all I have to say, he didn't tighten the blade up really good, and he took one dog and put it in two halves. We'll leave it at that, okay? But you get what I'm saying. That's the last time I saw this bad productivity. Clemson come out, they were dropping passes. Hunter Renfro goes out. I still can't find out what went on with it. If y'all know, y'all tell me. It looked like he had maybe a concussion. But they said, well, he still remembers when he's getting married. Have you seen the girl he's married? Lord, he could get backed over by a truck tomorrow. Lose everything inside his head, including half his brain. And of course, he remembered that he was marrying her. Good job, Hunter. I think that girl's blind or something, but hey, good job, Hunter. Clemson comes out, ends up in the second half, just tearing them up, as it is. We were up 14-6 at halftime. Let's go over some numbers for you. 6-0 in the first quarter. Clemson drops 14 on them in the mid, and that beautiful touchdown to Ross. That was a beautiful pass, beautiful catch. That was a world-class pass. We would not have seen anything like that in the past 10 years. Before our past 10 years, I'm sorry. 15 years ago, we'd never seen anything like that. We'd all wear our drawers and ruin a good pair of khakis had we seen a pass like that. That's common for us now because we have the players. Right? Right. It's good. That's great. That's wonderful. That was a great play. Clemson comes out. ETN turns it on. He was yelling. He was upset. I don't blame him. Finishing the game, here's a stats. Jones from Duke was 24-43, 158 yards. Trevor Lawrence, 21 of 38, 251 yards, 2 touchdowns. Eddie Mixon, thank you. I know you're a Tide fan. We're going to talk about the Times in just a second. Should be good. We're going to talk about that in a second. Remind me if I forget. It's like my wife. You know, today is the day we got married. Really? I forgot. ETN, 9 carries, 2 touchdowns, 81 yards. That's 9 yards per carry for all of y'all who can't do math. Justin Ross, 4 receptions, 76 yards, 1 touchdown. Their guy, Helm, he had 3 receptions, 56 yards. Clemson had 459 yards, total yards. Duke had 262 yards. Time of possession, Duke had the ball 32 minutes. Clemson had 27 minutes. Clemson had 25 first downs. They had 17 Tigers. Jace the Tiger. There you go. So, I mean, there's what you're looking at. Penalties was basically even. 6 penalties for Duke, 52 yards. Clemson, 7 penalties, 54 yards. And I thought that was the dumbest penalty thrown in the world when Isaiah Simmons slapped that guy's helmet trying to knock the ball. And, well, you know, the rules. Now, I want to go ahead and say this. I know what the rule says. Contact with the helmet of a defenseless player. I'm going to go ahead and say this. If you step out there on that field and you've been working out all summer long, and for all these boys, most of them have been playing football all their life, you are not a defenseless player. You knew when you walked out there on that field, they might hit you so hard your balls falls off. You know why? Because that's what they do. But it is what it is. Well, that's the rule. That rule's stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Stupid. Hey, listen, I'm not against him saying you leading with your helmet and stuff like that. I'm not against that. I'm not against that. But I did tell somebody last night on a phone call, how many people here remember, Mayor Thomas Abrams, Mayor, how many people here remember when a face mask, no matter if your hands grazed the face mask or whether they grabbed it and pulled their head slap off their neck, right? Right? How many remember when that was a 15-yard penalty either way? Me. But here's the deal. How many people remember when they changed it and they said, okay. If you pull the helmet, lock onto it, you really lock into it, they're going to give you the 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. It's personal foul, right? But if your hands graze it, it's going to become a 5-yard hit. Here's the deal. What I believe we're going to, and I see this, and the guys who make the rules, they're very slow to make rule changes. I don't know if there's insurance deals they're working on. I don't know if it's, somebody's padding their pockets. I don't know if they think they're just smarter than all of us. May that, Tiger Nate. May. But the deal is, we are going to see within the next, I say, 2 to 3 years, we're going to see where they have, if you're leading with the helmet and you can tell that it is intentional. May that, Tyler Jackson. May that, Space Mountain. If you lead and you can tell it's intentional, you can tell they did it on purpose, they are going to give it. And I know a lot of people say, well, where's that at? It's going to be much better than what it is now. How can you determine that? We're bad at determining it already. You can't tell me it can get any worse, other than just tossing players out for the crap of it. But what they need to do, I'm sorry my kid's outside crying. He's down there torturing his mama. She gave birth to him. And he's ripping her a new one again. Anyway, hope there won't be stitches this time. But the deal is, you're right, Michael Lynch, it's becoming two-hand touch. But the truth is, I think in the next 2 to 3 years, you're going to see that if you can tell the player lean down, like you coming back, he is going to be charged with targeting. But this thing to where they're right there at each other and they kind of lean in and touch each other, they're going to nail that with like a 5-yard penalty. I believe you're going to start to see that. You're going to see it. It is going to happen. I believe it with all of my heart. I believe that they're going to contact with the helmet instead of an automatic. Instead of saying that's an automatic 15-yard penalty and you're ejected, they're going to start to look in and saying, okay, guys, we've got ridiculous on this. All right, if we want to keep contact off the helmet, slapping it, that's one thing. But this whole targeting thing, we're going to have to refine it. It's coming, but they always take it very, very slow. Very slow. Aaron says his wife said that wasn't funny. When she looks away, you and I can laugh again. May there, LeVar! May there! Clemson wins 35-6. We got our game with the Gamecocks this coming week. Clemson's 11-0. We know we're playing Pitt in 2 weeks. Up in Charlotte. LSU fan says everyone hates the targeting rule. Yeah, you boys paid for it. Y'all paid for it. That was the dumbest thing in the world. Dumbest thing in the world. Pitt is coming. Pitt, we're going to murder you. We remember a couple of years ago. And some of you fans were nice. Some of you fans were punks. And y'all forget that y'all hadn't amounted to a whole lot. And only reason you're playing in this title game is because the other division sucks. Really sucks. All right, so what do we got to look forward to? What do we got to look forward to? Well, of course, Clemson's going to South Carolina this week. And that is going to be a glorious time. Of course, I'm going to make fun of them. My biggest videos I've ever had, if you've never seen them, go back in my history. You can find me talking about Clemson, South Carolina. They're the biggest videos I've ever had. I admit it. Very, very big videos. But they're going to be even bigger this year. I will be at the Clemson, South Carolina games with Tailgating for Tigers. If you've never heard of Tailgating for Tigers, Tailgating for Tigers is the wonderful Clemson Tiger fan that ended up dressing up as a South Carolina Gamecock fan, went around to the Gamecock fans, filmed them, they knew they were being filmed, and got them to talk trash about Clemson, the ACC, got them chanting. All I'm going to say, it was hilarious. It was hilarious. I'm going to be working with him. And we're going to the game together. So, thank you, Tailgating for Tigers. You are the man. You know who you are. You're awesome. You're freaking awesome. So, we're going to be, I'm going to be walking around. Believe it or not, I'm going to be down there. But we are going to be saying May there to everybody. I'm going to be out there interviewing people and talking to them myself. So, if you're down there, you never know, you might run into old Bobby Dirkens. Then, the album's coming out this week. I've got 5 glorious songs that makes fun of the Gamecock for exactly what they are. Dookie eaters. I mean, we all talk about how there's certain... Now, you'll hear people go, I'll never eat rattlesnake. I'll never eat rattlesnake. That's the devil's food. I will never eat rattlesnake. But you'll go and and I eat chicken. I eat chicken, love chicken. Fried chicken, grilled chicken, Hawaiian chicken, poached chicken. It's wonderful. But the thing is, the truth is, that chickens eat their own dookie. Seriously, go sit there and watch it. Sit there and watch those things. They'll peck their own dookie. What do you think about our Gamecocks? We're going to have a field day with it. I'm going to close this up. I'm going to go ahead and close this up. Anybody want to hear my LSU fans here? LSU fans here. Who would like to hear my Ed Orgeron? Who would like to hear my Ed Orgeron? I'm going to give y'all all about 20 seconds to say yes or no. A phone call that I know that he made, that a lot of you don't know that he made. He actually made this phone call after Citadel scored 17 points. 17 points, scored 17 points, and the great Mississippi State, you know, they're an SEC team. They're an SEC team, strong SEC team. Couldn't score a point on them. Couldn't even, they should have scored a point. That was taken away. That was a bad call. And LSU couldn't score a point on them. So this is a phone call that actually happened later yesterday. And I'm just going to reenact what happened. Here we go. Turn my head around for this one.
I got to call Citadel. I got to figure out how they scored. On Alabama. Hello, can I speak to Citadel's coach? Yeah. Hey, listen. I know y'all 4-6 now, but I got to figure out how'd y'all score 17 points on the mighty Alabama. You knew you were going to lose, but you kept trying. Yeah, I heard it. I watched the game. It's 10-10 at halftime. Closer than I've ever been. Well, I'm Big Eddie. I'm on. Okay. Could you send me your playbook? All right. All right. Now, how'd you do that again? You know we recruit way better than you. I mean, we should at least got 3 points on the board. All right, I'll be able to pass that along to Mississippi State. All right. Bye.
That actually happened. And you know that guy who's down there, he said that he's down there at Mississippi State. He was up there at Penn State for a long time. He talks Yankee-like, you know, when they interview him. LSU fan, what you just said, I won't repeat it, but that's hilarious. That guy from Mississippi State, you can tell he tries to answer everything real smart, right? Unfortunately, the dichotomy of our offense did not come effectively against the Alabama Crimson Tide. We will now have to reevaluate our strategy in the way that we procure our next move, and maybe we can, I don't know, advance the ball in a likely manner. I don't trust anybody who ever talks like that. I mean, unless you're a surgeon, you about to work on my heart, don't you ever speak to me in that matter ever again. All right, Bobby Dirkens got to go. I got to go. Y'all got to go. Y'all got to go. You got to go. It's good to see y'all. Remember, you keep showing up. Oh, and good Lord, I'll keep showing out. Woo! Bobby Dirkens.